land Slurpy Swamps, and push the closest person you see. Could be Benji sometimes. This time it's Arrow 999 right now, has 0, 0, 0 HP almost. Kirachi's looking for the finish.
And 0, 0, 0 math, Shyo. He has nothing to defend himself with. He's dunzos. And that's right there exactly what we saw come true for Kiriachi. He got the better drop, landed on the building at the highest point, was able to then rain down fire and win that fight. Now he has all of Slurpy Swamps to himself. That's a good example of that. Meanwhile, Raid's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, Raid does the exact same thing. The thing is, there's always a part 1 and part 2. If we'll be able to push in and get some shots through, Kaiser actually runs all the way around, and now Gute will have to try to do something else. Actually still on the chase, and Kaiser is pushing back, but making sure every time he peeks again, there is a right-hand peek advantage that he has. A very smart play, but Gute finds a way to get into the box and hits that pump shot, ending Kaiser's second game.
You have what we kind of call Peeker's Advantage in other FPS titles, except it's Peeker's Advantage on steroids because you could quite literally see around walls. As now it's going to be Marcotte caught in the box in the 1v1, and he's going to get the elimination on Trippern. Well done from Marcotte.
First place semifinal. Placer also gets the elimination. That is Chapix. And now he's going to be able to loot out the rest of, I believe this is Salty Springs. Yup. He still has a lot of time, though, to work with. Not many people coming through, but as this fight gets higher, the vision does too for anyone else. You see that pink arrow on the map is also trying to have a say in this fight, but it's Scram who comes rolling in, I would say ramming in straight.
And I want to see Katharma hopefully learn from his mistake, play a little more aggressive next time. But look at this. Speaking of aggressive, we're back looking at Vortex, who has Benji Fishy in his sights. Will he decide to take this fight? He probably knows it's Benji. And now Benji puts himself in a pretty rough spot, and that's going to be it for Benji Fishy. Unfortunate for him. 80 is right around the corner. That's why those porter potty rotations are so risky. You never know what's going to be on the other side.
That is just so unfortunate for Benji. The man who always has trouble in those grand finals continues the same type of story once again. Clinberry's gonna be on the backside as well, 45 points right now, so he is somewhere into the top 20, but looks like he's gonna be taking out only blue pump here, so even the best shot is not gonna be enough. But man, a second game, a third of the games you can play tonight gone. Yeah, it's kind of getting busy because of the rotations right now. It's Thomas versus Rotary, and a nice cone slide there to give Thomas some room, actually, to pop that medkit. You're asking why Rotary is playing so aggressively. These guys effectively have the same HP. One shot will take both of them out. Thomas, though, owns everything around Rotary and can easily pick this up. What a peek, an edited floor. That little just shelf there. The patio, basically, right in front of Thomas secures him. A huge surprise on his wall. This gas station is going to be possibly the doom of Kazakhs in Salty Springs. Now on the wall, the same HP, a little bit less actually. The drops, oh, wow! 200 to the face or 180. My goodness, he reverses that fight right around. At the same time, being further away means he's not actually privy to all ends, the things that Vortex loves to do the most. And the reason why Thomas lost his fight in game 1 still, playing this detached type of style, playing far away means the fight lasts longer and third parties come through. That is the bane of Thomas's existence right now. Now he's box to box with Wings. Wings is looking for shots. Swag actually looking to wrap things up, and Wings gets the elimination. Thomas is taken out in game 2.
He was the meat, Shyo. He was the meat. Unfortunate situation for Thomas right there. Not much you could do, but that's the risk you play. And there you go. Swag is going to be the beneficiary of that entire engagement. He gets to collect the loot from both players.
Great shot from Swag right now. Marcos trying to do his best Marzo W impression. But this man does not have the arena points to drive that car at this portion of the game. Reason is the police officer that just stops things, the arena point checker. He's making sure Marcotte does not actually fly by for free. Box to box now. It's going to be a closer personal fight. Reason actually cone slides right in. Marcotte, oh my god, destruction on your doorstep. He has to be taken out here. 9 HP, there's no way he survives. Yup, Reason sweeps him right through.
We say often, you're up on top.
It doesn't matter how much power you have though in momentum, because it can all be stripped away from you. We saw it with Reason in game 1. We saw it with Teak as well. These guys who start off hot in these games don't actually fly right by. There's only 1 or 2 players per game that can actually play aggressively and survive till the end properly. And that last one, it was Vortex who ended up taking the right path. Right now, someone possibly trying to be a successor, but with 64 people left alive, with the zone we're looking at right now, it might not be possible. Too many open sight lines in Salty Springs to keep box fighting. Flecken right now is trying to move in. There is a ramp that's blocking him off right now. You guys just can't see it on your screens. And a nice shot down to the toes. Floki wraps him up, but there might be a second trap set by another player who's right below. It's Beatwoo. Or Beatwee.
Yeah. And Floki takes out Flecken. I know we also have Flois on the map. Quite a bit of alliteration here. And then Scrib just going to ruin that for me. As we now have Floki near 2 players. Needs to be a little bit cautious. And it looks like things will slow down. I don't think he's going to take this fight necessarily unless he gets a peek or an opportunity to do so. He's content just holding high ground. We see Teak, one of our former champions, back on screen. On his opponent here, it's Phoenix. I think Teak should be able to come out on top. The third parties are going to come through, though, so he has to be careful.
And Teak is not on the same ride as everyone else at the moment. He's very low. Utility not really there for the end game. He needs to actually keep dropping on this big roller coaster. Look for Adrenaline, and there it is onto Phoenix. 30 points for Teak. He bumps up to somewhere near 25th place.
With 0 mats, with not a lot of HP, with horrible resources, got in the taxi, drove around long enough to get enough placement points, which helped him win by 5 points over Bugha. It was actually an insane final. Bugha missed a shot that would have gotten him $6,000 if he would have gotten first place. It was a crazy final here, but now this is Europe. Europe is a whole nother ball game. I saw Nickelwise earlier in the chat say, I'm from North America, but I love watching Europe even more, but not going to be able to find it. Nice attempt, though, as 4ZR gets taken out by Reason in the kill feed.
Finds 3 rare crash pads, now has to just bounce his way all the way through. No change, though. Very interesting. Possibly just going for the foot rotate, or maybe we have a little bit of replay buffering, so wait for him to go in. He has used at least 1 crash pad. We'll see how many more. All far low. Nice pickup onto Cleven again, who gets taken down. This time not anywhere near second place. Scram now in the sightlines of Teak. A Wild Western movie playing in his box. He's just taking shots at everyone he can see. Scram now being hunted instead. No more shots, no more standoffs. It's close and personal. But Teak might have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. The one pump does not come in. He takes more shots as well. We cut off towards Hardfind. Scram does end up going down. Hardfind in the same box. Lands 3 shots after a pump. My goodness, the pressure and momentum from Hardfind. He's looking to get into this game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would love to see how the fight with Teak is going to finish there, as I know he had Scram so incredibly weak, but this will get scary about taking box fights in the late game like this, is you're almost guaranteed, 99% sure, to get third-partied by an AR or 5, especially if you get focused by a few people. It actually might not be wise to take the box fights later. That's the type of decision-making I want to see players like Vortex make, and recognizing, hey, play aggressive early when you have little risk of a third party, or less risk at least. Don't play as aggressive late until you get into very, very late game where there's so many boxes nearby, you have less of a chance to get third party, but the circles are still very, very big right now, and the AR threat and the third party threat is too strong to necessarily go all in fights unless you know you can.
Yeah, aggression is a big early story, but let's talk about as well how this game is looking for different people. The guys who performed earlier on, just trying to get another performance this game. People like Kha'Zix, but then also we're looking at Hardfind. 3 eliminations so far, going for more. He started this game with 0 points. There are players who got nothing, more than 50 players who started this game with 0, who are looking to play catch up and get their names on the board. Huge pickup for Hardfind, a man with no utility before. Nice tech there with the shockwaves, gets 6 crash pads to use in this game. Like the patch never happened to actually reduce the rate for him. Oh my goodness, he has a Slurpfish as well to use to play against the Storm. A lot of mats as well. This could be Hardfind's moment. Has to be very careful though from the pressure from height. It's Vortex on height Fallout. It's Vortex. He's here again, and he's looking to dominate the lobby. Not Elims this time, but with his brain and his positioning.
That's exactly right. I was going to say the same thing. 0 elims is the important thing to look at here. Vortex playing much different in game number 2. We thought he would still play aggressive. We thought that was the wise decision because he has nothing to lose with how much of a lead he has. Instead, he says, you know what? I'm going to hold on to this lead by playing for placement. If I could just stay on top and place, top 20, top 15, I should be able to win this tournament. Vortex, though, going to find himself in a bad spot. He's in the Storm. He is out. So the change in gameplay does not necessarily pay out this time for Vortex. He's going to get taken out. Teak takes out Reason as well. What a finish right there. It was Vortex getting taken out by Kiriachi.
Vortex kind of just left off at somewhere near 150 points possibly. So we'll see if someone can take over his mantle. Hardfind, 53 points right now, 4 eliminations. He started his journey of points just in this tournament, in this game. Can he wake up and steal first? It'll have to be a win if he wants to overtake Vortex, who's holding that spot right now. Kura will be the lifeguard basically, but not actually saving people. Choosing who to drown all the way from height. Wakey, active in the mid ground. Emo versus Vitesse down on low. Corzon is still alive. There's Teak goes down. Flopper Frey is all the way on the backside, but I don't think has any utility. Just weapons to use. Everyone's now slowing down slightly as a big Silver Surfer dive comes in towards the top. Snappy takes over Cora on the high ground. Hardfind is box to box with Frey. Lining up a pump, doesn't get it. The second edit, the piece control's there, but it's not possible. There it is. A nice wall and a rip afterwards. A 190 pump onto Frey. You didn't even see it coming. And Hardfind with 5 now is looking to win the game.
done from Hardfind right there. He's going to try to channel his inner Vortex in this late game if he can. We're down to 9 players left. Hardfind going to do a great job getting a good first shot, and can he finish? Yes, he does. Hardfind continues to roll here. He's looking fantastic. This is game number 2 for people like Koda, who just came in the stream. Game 2 of 6. Game 1 was Vortex dominating by 70 points. He's in first, but Vortex is out of this game. So players like Hardfind, players like Kurzan, who took out 80, want to try and climb the leaderboards here, and Hardfind is going to drop right to the bottom. That was like a trap in an Indiana Jones movie. He gets eliminated. Nice job from Hardfind.
4 quarters played from Hardfind right now. An amazing game, but it's overtime now. He's looking to score even more. Legendary now up on height. Hardfind low on shields. No time to pop those bandages. No time for the store play. Corzon down on low. Hardfind can pick up 3 eliminations here before Legendary even has to stay on things. Legendary is actually running possibly low on match. Just 170 left. Hardfind going for a few shots. Vitesse gets 2. My goodness, now a 3-way scenario. Hardfind low. A sliver of HP. Legendary trying to pressure down below. Vitesse has an easy pickup here. 1 mini. Will it make the difference for Hardfind? That is the question. Now, even slightly quieter for both players down below. Legendary is doing nothing from height. He takes beams out of Vitesse. 1v1. Hardfind versus Legendary.
That's exactly right. It all comes down to this last fight, and Hardfind is in a horrible position. I gotta think this is Legendary's, unless Hardfind can do something miraculous. Legendary playing it so well. Hardfind with 4 HP! You gotta be kidding me! With 4 HP! Hardfind on low ground takes him out and somehow gets the win. He's gotta make sure he knows it.
And not much of a surprise there. Vortex still on first place. And look at that. Look at the difference still from first to second. It is still a 56-point lead right now that Vortex has over Vitesse, who's going to be in second place. Hardfind after that victory royale is going to be sitting in third place.